And we are live. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. We are here today talking about the Batman. We're gonna wait a few minutes because my friend is actually gonna be coming on live. So I'm gonna go ahead and just send out like the live stream notification and stuff. But yeah, we're here. We're gonna be talking about the Batman 2022, of course. I'm on a bit of a Batman kick right now. I have a bunch more Batman videos coming out very soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and just tweet about this live stream really quickly. So just give me a second. But yeah, if you guys are already in here, let me know you guys. Let me know what you guys are doing. Let me actually change the theme of this stream and everything first. All right. Brand. We'll go red. All right. All right, yeah. So we're good now. I'm gonna go ahead and just send the stream out to everywhere, but um, Maxwell said, "What's up? What is up, Maxwell?" Oh, I know this banner is huge right now. Let me actually change the theme until we get to the actual thing. But yeah, what is up, Maxwell? How you been doing? Yeah, that one's better. Yeah, so we got two people in here. What is up, everybody? Um, I just went live. We're gonna start actually at like 8:40ish, like actually discussing the Batman. But right now, the plan for today's live stream is basically we're doing massive spoiler dive into the Batman, and then we're gonna be doing a tier list for DC movies that Brentley and I have seen, since we're both gonna be here on the live in a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and just share the stream everywhere. Live on YouTube. Talking more hashtag the Batman, diving all into spoilers. All right. I don't know how to pose on here. The Batman. Okay. I think that's good. And we are live. Okay. Let's see. Maxwell asked, who do you think will be the next villain? So honestly, I would have to say I think it'll be actually, okay, I have no idea who it'll actually be, by the way. I'm not like this isn't like an official prediction because we don't really know anything. But if I was to like choose who I want, I would personally say Mr. Freeze because I would want to see what Matt Reeves could do with that type like a super fantastical character. Sign me up because Matt Reeves already said that he wants to tackle a fantastical character since it will be more difficult to make him grounded, and he wants to try that. So I would love to see that. Let me know yours in the chat. I would love to hear who you want. But yeah, I would say Mr. Freeze. Um, I don't know. I think it would be cool to see a super mythical character, but Matt Reeves trying to ground it. I think that would be really cool. But Let me go ahead and send out the invite to my friend. Maxwell said, definitely Mr. Freeze. Wish you could see the Court of Owls, but I don't really see the court fitting with the story. I don't think, yeah, I agree. I don't think the court would fit in the story for now. Um, Maybe in like the third movie, they could be like the big bad that they start building next movie. I'd love to see that. And if they go for a fourth one, then we could see like say next movie we get Mr. Freeze or Mr. Freeze and like another villain or something like that, right? And then the third movie we get Court of Owls, and then the fourth movie is the Joker build-up thing, which we'll talk about later in this video. But all right, we got two people in here. What is up, everybody? Um, I just sent out the email to my friend, so he'll be joining in about like 5 minutes now. So anytime he should be joining it, and then we'll be getting into the full-on spoiler discussion for the Batman. Um, We're gonna go through basically like every single plot point, like all the acts, all of our favorite moments, and stuff like that. And then we'll be doing a DC movies tier list. So this side will probably be like 2 hours. Very excited though, but again, let me know some more of your guys' thoughts on the movie in the chat and just other things you guys want to talk about. Uh, I feel like they could do. Hold on, let me put it on screen. I feel like they could do a long Halloween type of story and have more than one villain in each movie, like Joker, maybe Two Face. I agree, but I really like. I mean, maybe it's just this movie where since they did one villain, I really liked it. But I don't know. I really enjoyed just having one main villain with like other like kind of side villains, but they were just part of the puzzle, I guess. Whereas, like for example, the Dark Knight, right? There were two like main villains, and so like Joker was a main villain, and Joker was a main villain and Two Face was a main villain. Whereas in this one, like even Falcone, he wasn't a main villain. So he was still a villain, of course. He was still a villainous character, but yeah, I would agree. I do like the Long Halloween story though. I did watch the part one and part two earlier or last year, and I really like them, so I would be down for that. Just got to see it for a second time. Nice. So I watched it a second time as well last night. I went to a 9 p.m. showing, which is absolutely insane because that means I got out at like 12:30, which like sucked. I was so tired, but I will be honest, I had so much fun with it. How did you like? What did you catch the second time? Like, yeah, it was even better second viewing. Yeah, same for me. I definitely feel like after second viewing, I caught on a lot more. Tomorrow, I'm actually gonna be uploading my video on my second viewing review, just stuff I caught and stuff like that. So subscribe to it. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. I saw it Tuesday. Yeah, same. So I saw it Tuesday night and then I saw it last night. Yeah. So I saw it Tuesday night at like 7 on the fan screener. And then yeah. It was a lot of fun. The fan screener was a lot of fun. I had so much fun at the fan screener. Everyone was so excited. Like it's probably one of the best environments I've ever been in for a movie. Like people weren't like cheering like No Way Home, which like you don't like. I don't know. I feel like cheering for a movie is kind of stupid like all the time. But like we had some good laughs. There were a few cringe like scary moments or like gasping moments. Like in the very beginning with the Riddler, like my entire theater gasped, which that was so much fun. So I don't know. I had a great theater for especially for a fan screening night. All right, we got Brantley in here, guys. I'm gonna add him in just a second, but I got a surprise for you, Brantley. One sec. All right, can you hear me? Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, I can hear.
All right. Oh wait, I don't know if I can show. Oh, I can't show the video because
What do you mean?
I can't show them what I got because I'm making a video on it. I forgot.
Oh, but this would be like a streamer exclusive, bro. Like
They can see the stream after though. Like it's still.
just don't show us one after. Like just delete it. Stream exclusive.
Maybe later. Maybe y'all can stay for it. Just I'll give you guys a little hint. Okay. I'll give you guys a little hints. Let me find a good. Let me find a thing that you guys would all know from this. Just so. Okay. If I show it, everyone's gonna see it though. Like.
Oh, brother. Just
okay. We'll do it later. I'll show you over FaceTime, and then when the video comes out tomorrow night, you guys will see. But all right, really quick before we get into the movie, let me finish this again. Don't go in for action film. That's the best thing I can say. Yeah, I agree. I know one person came in that didn't see the movie. They stayed, even though there were spoilers, but that was their choice, not mine. But yeah, no, I would definitely say one thing I really liked about this movie was even though the action wasn't like necessarily like the forefront, the action that was there was still really, really good. It's like it wasn't like they were like diminishing from the action. Like they still had phenomenal set pieces, but even though that wasn't like the main thing, you know. So yeah.
I agree.
I don't know. Yeah. But okay, so all right. I have two things planned, okay? So first of all, we can obviously do the regular like spoiler discussion thing. And then afterwards, we can do whichever one you want to do first. So first I have planned we could do the official, just like regular spoiler review. I have a bunch of plot points written down. It's basically for my spoiler review, except I just like shortened it a little bit. Or first we can do our DC movies ranked. So basically the way I did that was I did just the movies that I know both of us have seen. And I think there's like one or two that you've only seen and one or two that I've only seen. And so there's a few of those, but I curated the tier list. So we can do whichever one you want first. So what do you want to do first?
Let's do that one first. I want to start off with the controversy.
The controversy? Okay. All right. Before we get into that really quick, let me check out this comment. When the TV light shined on the Riddler in the mayor's room in the beginning when he was standing in the dark, I jumped. Dude, bro, my mom. So last night, I went to go watch it last night. I go with my mom. Dude, my mom like put her. You know how like whenever people are driving and like they hit the brake really hard, sometimes like people swing their arm out to like protect you, like it's from going forward. Yeah. My mom literally whipped her arm onto me. She got so scared. Like she was like, Arian, what are we watching? Like she was genuinely like scared.
Dude, that opening like scene is so good.
It's so god tier, dude.
Really, like those like that just opening sequence, like that first like 10 minutes is like peak.
Oh yeah, it's so perfect.
Like the monologue, everything, like the narration.
Yeah, I love, dude. The narration is such a good part of this movie because it actually feels like you're in his mind. Like that's along with the POV shots that we already have, right? So it's like. Also, I noticed more POV shots yesterday, bro. Oh my goodness, dude. It's so beautiful.
That like Reeves, like that's his thing, man. Like I know I was like watching the Apes movies before, or he was like watching Dawn, like seeing those POV shots in the Batman was so like fulfilling, bro.
Yeah. This guy said, personally, as overall Batman film, this is a perfect setup. I agree. I think also even though it wasn't an origin, like Matt Reeves. So I just watched an interview literally before we got on the stream. I watched an interview with Entertainment Weekly where Matt Reeves is like, it's not an origin for Batman, but the story serves the art origin to the audience. Like we will know his origin due to what the story reveals to us, but they don't have to show it. I don't know. I really like that, especially after watching it yesterday. Like, I have a top 5 favorite scenes from the Batman video coming out Monday, and I put one of the scenes. I'll just spoil it here, I guess. Is that revelation scene where like it's the video that the Riddler made, and it's like it says like hush on it, and it's like it talks about like the Arkhams and like that family and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I got Arkham Origin vibes. So I don't know. I think horror wise, they did it really well. So I like that scene specifically. When the Riddler was on the roof watching the mayor and his kid, the breathing sound is so frightening. Dude, I couldn't even tell that was the Riddler at first.
Yeah, same. Like I didn't even like really put two and two together at first, but then like it made sense.
I was like, is that Batman? And the Riddler's watching them? Like I was really confused, but yeah, it makes sense now. But all right, let me get into sharing this tier list. I'm excited.
Yeah, that origin thing is facts. Like I like the direction. Like I think for these big name heroes, like, there is no point of like repeating the origin. Like the MCU even did anything with cutting out with Spider-Man. Like we never to see Uncle Ben or anything like that happen. Like I feel like we just kind of like for these big heroes like Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. Like we know what the deal is. Like there's different ways you can like start off a story. I think with like new iterations.
I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. For me, I think it's different because for example, like hold on, let me move my stream yard to this side real quick. For me, it's different because I think for Batman, it's not as necessary as it is for Spider-Man, at least personally. At least I think it's also the way that the MCU did all the other stuff for Spider-Man that made me want an origin even more. Because the thing is, like with the MCU Spider-Man, the main thing that I didn't like was the fact that we didn't get an origin, and that led to us. It didn't feel like we had a real Spider-Man, I guess. Like you didn't feel like he had the same values and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like this Batman, they did it perfectly. Like they didn't necessarily give us an origin, but at least they hinted to it. Like they acknowledged that it exists. Spider-Man, they didn't exist anything.
Yeah, I think also MCU they tried to like kind of like replace the origin like the Aunt May thing and stuff like that. Like they kind of tried to like redo it. Yeah. So I think that's something like they tried to like do their own spin on it instead of like just implying the events that we know.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so we're gonna start off this DC superhero movie.
Why are you doing that, bro? Like,
so we're gonna start it off with. I'm gonna move the Batman to the very bottom so that we can like have that as a
not one. God, bro. Just
so
Joker is not like it's good. Like it's why is there okay. Great, maybe great, bro.
Hold on. I think we could agree to disagree, you know.
I think we can agree with great, right? I think it's good.
I think we can agree with God.
Let's put it in great.
Okay, but here's the thing. Out of all of the things on this list, there's only one other one in God two others in God, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I think I know which ones you're gonna go to. And I'm here to tell you that Joker is not equal to either of those two at all.
Dang, Derpy said, "Why you ranking Joker that high?"
Exactly, bro. Like it's not. Joker might be the most overrated comic movie of all time. It might be the most overrated one.
Dude, you know what's the most overrated comic movie of all time? The Batman. Now get out of here. No, I'm joking.
Bro, what are you talking about?
I'm joking, bro.
That sounds like literally no one like this. This movie is literally only good for the first watch, bro. Like it's literally like it's not bad for the first watch, but like that's when it's like. God is the first time
I disagree. I had the best time watching it my second watch, so
it's just like it's pretty with a good actor giving a good performance, which is like I mean it was really good performance, but like
it was a good performance with good direction, good sets, great cinematography. It was a pretty good story for it being
best part of the movie. It saves the movie. It doesn't carry, it saves it.
What is?
The cinematography.
Cinematography does not save it.
It does, bro. It's like see. I think you're getting confused with like it's not carrying. These things are like saving graces. They aren't carrying. They're saving.
Yeah, there's like 6 saving graces in this movie. Then all right, moving on.
It's saving it. It's not that good. It's
in my opinion, it's in the middle of. Okay. Here's the thing, bro.
I can name 3 MCU movies that are better.
Okay, yeah, that's
maybe 5.
Okay, Okay, bro, chill. I can't. So, all right, let's just start off right off the bat with the Dark Knight, bro. Okay, I think the Dark Knight goes up here easily, right?
It got obviously fine. Yeah. Actually, the monster.
Oh, hot
Yeah.
take. If you don't think that the Batman is better than the Dark Knight, you're blind by nostalgia. That's cap. That's
Look,
cap.
I have to rewatch both before I really give an opinion, but it's very close. Like it's really a back and forth thing.
I haven't seen I have not seen sorry. I've seen the Batman. I watched the Batman, then I watched the Dark Knight, then I watched the Batman again. The Dark Knight is way better in my opinion, but
Way better.
one sec. Yeah,
Way.
way. WAYY.
No, yeah, no. Derpy, I agree. Like it's very close. I think honestly for me, like as time goes on, like it's gonna be one of those where it's like
Oh yeah, as time goes on, maybe.
it's gonna be like whatever day you ask me, like I'm probably gonna have a different answer. Like it's gonna be a back and forth thing probably for me. I don't know.
Alright, is my lighting a little better? There it is. Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, I was saying like it's probably gonna be a back and forth thing. Like for me, like I feel like whatever day you ask me, it might be a different answer. But like however I'm feeling. Like, that's how close they are to me at least. But before
Dang, nostalgia
rewatching,
fanboy, bro. Don't call me a nostalgia fanboy, bro. I have more the Batman merch than any other movie I've ever all time, bro. I don't want to hear it, bro. I was the most hyped from the Batman ever. I would say I was like top 2 in the world. Low key, no, I'm joking. No, I would say my hype for the Batman was pretty high. Like, not pretty, very, like, probably very, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say I was carrying the hype for the Batman because I wasn't, but I was definitely like making way too many videos on it. Because like obviously I wanted it to be better than the Dark Knight. So I don't know. But hold on one sec. Let me change.
what's that Wonder Woman? No.
Hold on, I'm gonna change the weight. It's Chrome tab. There we go. That's better. Okay.
Dude, honestly, I haven't rewatched like most of these. I've only seen them like one time.
I've seen most of these at least twice. Some of them just chunks of it the second time, but
Honestly, good amount
next
of them
up,
aren't that good, but you know.
yeah, I agree. Next up is Wonder Woman. I put Wonder Woman at great.
Yeah, I don't know. See, that's not like I think it great. Oh, like, okay. I would agree. I think yeah.
I would think it's like bottom of great, but and
I've
then
seen
Shazam.
Still haven't seen it.
I think it's bottom of great. What'd you say?
I still haven't seen it. So
Okay, yeah, I'll put it bottom of great. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Oh, okay. This is
man.
kind of tough. Okay, so the Suicide Squad. Okay, here's the thing. It's not on
Why'd
my
you call
top
it
10 all
God,
time.
bro? That makes it sound so much like
better, this is the way I do all my tier
like
lists. This
S
is the
tier. Like
exact rating
God
on
makes it
all
sound
of
like
them.
it's so like it's such a strong term. Like
Yeah. Dude, it's either die or nothing. Okay, let's go. The Suicide Squad. Okay. Also, remember, within the tiers, we're also ranking it.
okay,
So, like, yeah. So, I would personally go. Okay, you tell me where to stop, bro.
I mean, personally, for me, I think it's God. I mean, to me, it's top 10 all time for me. Like comic book movie, like it's that good, bro. Like it's definitely top 10. Like that's a great movie, man. Like that is a God tier movie, bro. It's better than Joker, bro. Like
That's
real.
crazy.
It's better than Joker.
That's crazy.
Someone in the comments, someone in the chat co-signed that, bro. Like,
that's
it's definitely better than Joker.
If someone in the chat co-signs that, I'll move it, but
it's definitely better than Joker.
I don't see anyone doing it right now, so I guess we're moving on.
I mean, to me, it's like it's gonna be like a future. Like I think it's gonna be class. Like the rewatchability is high, in my opinion. Like there's so many moments like
Suicide Squad
from, like,
Derpy. Is
I
it
only seen
Suicide
the
Squad
movie in
better
full
than the
once.
Joker? What? You've only seen? Okay, no. That's not valid, bro. That's not valid. It's top 10 all time.
And there's so many memorable moments. I
Once.
still remember like from like only one full watch. Like
yeah,
I
same.
feel, like,
I've only seen
parts
it
of
once as
like,
well.
Again, but there's so much I like remember
bro.
from that first. Like it's just so good.
That's
like,
crazy.
That movie, like it's just so fun. It's probably one of the most fun comic movies ever.
Yeah, the new one, Derpy.
It is a classic, bro. That movie's a future.
I know we'll agree to disagree. Since I didn't put Joker at great, I'll let you put it above. I'll deal with that one. Okay, here's the thing, bro. Rises, bro. Here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing, bro. Hear me out, bro. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out, bro.
That's right.
Okay.
You put it that.
Hear me out, bro. Okay. I've actually had a revelation, and I can't say it's top 10 all time. But in my video for my top 10 superhero movies of all time, I'm gonna be putting it in honorable mentions. So I gotta put it top of great. Like borderline God. It
Okay,
wipes
I mean, I do think
these
it's
two
better than one.
movies.
I mean,
It wipes
I would put
these
it at
two.
great too, but I would put it at great as well.
The show.
I think, I mean, in the trilogy, it's a little shaky, compared to, it's, come off the Dark Knight. I mean, that's a hard thing to follow up. I think that Nolan did his best, and it's not bad. I mean, it's still a solid.
It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Yeah, I admit it's pretty great. Begins. I would say it's great as well. I go back and forth on which one's better personally because I rewatched both like almost back to back. I go back and forth, but after my rewatch of both, I would say that Rises edges it out for me just a little bit. But what would you say?
I would agree because like the villain, like I like Roz and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I thought he was cool. Same thing with Scarecrow, but I think like Bane like definitely wipes.
I thought Bane alone did a lot, like as a whole, was just a better villain. Also, Ra's al Ghul, like I love his character, I love the twist and everything, but I don't know, Bane just is a menace. So like,
But I would say
also,
Begins
also,
like
Begins is a better. It feels like I don't know. Begins
it's
feels like
the
a better
most Batman
movie.
out of the whole trilogy, to be real.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it feels the most Batman. Like, I also like that he doesn't really become Batman until like an hour in, so I like that as well. But yeah, now next up is actually Birds of Prey, which I have not seen in a very, very, very long time. So, what would you say, Brantley?
I think it's good.
Would you put it above Wonder Woman?
It's a fun movie. No, under. I don't know about Wonder Woman.
I don't think if it's not better than Wonder Woman, it's not better than Shazam because these two are neck and neck for me.
First Shazam was really good. I need to watch it.
Yeah, I really like it. Okay,
Oh,
next
God.
up. Zack Snyder's motherfucking Justice League. Okay, here's the problem. Here's the problem, guys. I haven't rewatched this since it came out. I doubt Bradley has either.
No one's rewatched this movie.
That's not true. Jeremy Johns watched it like 4 times, bro.
The whole
Here's
thing.
a menace. Yeah, it was his favorite movie of last year. I'm torn on this one. The thing is, like, I mean, honestly, I don't even have a rating for this movie. I don't think, but
I feel like it's not fair.
yeah, because number one, it's like obviously I'm going to be bored during the first 2 hours because I've already seen that movie. Like the visuals are different, but the storyline is the exact same thing.
So it's like,
so it's like avoiding the first 2 hours, right? But I can't do that because if it was a theatrical release, I would have had to sit through those 2 hours.
I think it's like top of good in my opinion. Like I think it's good.
I don't know if it's better than Wonder Woman or Shazam.
See, I don't know either. Like low key, like, it's age.
We're just gonna put it at God so the kids don't get mad. No, I'm joking.
The Snyder stands.
We'll put it at top of good. But I don't know. Now this one, I'm a defender, bro. I am a defender. I'll be a lifelong defender. It is a fun movie. It is just good though, in my opinion. But I would say it's like right here. Honestly, bro, I'm
personally.
Look, really?
Like I really like Aquaman. Like I think it's really fun. I think visually it's really, really good. Probably the best DCEU movie visually, in my opinion. Like visuals wise.
Do we count Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Well, it's not in DCU anymore, is it? Or that movie technically is in the DCU.
It is. I mean, he uses DCEU characters,
but like it's not like in the universe. Though, like technically, isn't the Justice League the one in the DCU?
Oh yeah, you're right. Technically,
It's
yeah.
still in like the canon.
Low key, Man of Steel though, bro. That movie looks gorgeous. Like I rewatched it like chunks of it the other day.
I
Dude,
don't
I'm
like
rewatching the
the
full
like
thing. Like,
dark like gradients. I don't know. Like, but it does look nice though. Like it looks.
yeah, it's a tie for me visuals wise between. Well, actually, no. Aquaman CG is like near perfect though. Like the underwater
Like,
physics is
it
so
has some
beautiful.
sick shots, bro. Like,
Dude,
but
the
like in
one
like
shot where he has like the flare and like everything is
yeah,
underneath
in the
him,
trench. Oh my
dude, bro, that shot is
dude.
beautiful. Yeah, okay. I would put it. I'll put it like here. Yeah, I'll put it like here. Next up is Watchmen. Okay, personally, okay, I'll be real. I haven't seen Watchmen in a hot minute, but the last time I watched it, I really, really remember liking it. But I do remember it being a little too long. So I'll probably put it like
I put
here.
it in good. Yeah. No, I think that's a fair placement.
Yeah. Next up is Wonder Woman 1984. Okay, next up is
I
Man
had
of
never finished
Steel.
the.
Yeah, don't worry, you don't need to. Man of Steel. I haven't seen it in a while. I'm rewatching it because I rewatched
Mid.
BVS and I actually liked it. So I'm gonna put Man of Steel on mid. But BVS is used to it actually would have been bad for me before, but the times have changed. So um we'll do that one whenever it comes around. But
Come on,
the
man.
Justice League, I'm gonna put it in
Come
bad
on,
as
man.
well.
Yeah, we know where that's going.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, BVS. Okay, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, guys. I don't want the smoke for this one, okay?
Jeez.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes, really.
That's if you put it that great, bro. Like, I mean,
Close
I
your eyes.
don't
Close
know
your eyes.
if you're talking about like the Ultimate Edition. I
Well,
haven't seen
it's
it.
ultimate. We're talking ultimate. We're talking ultimate, but it doesn't matter
I've
because
heard that's
when I'm
pretty
placing it,
decent.
it wouldn't really matter. But
I've heard it's pretty decent.
all right, you can let it go now. It's open.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the original cut. I mean, it's bad, but if you
I
say
agree. I
Ultimate's
agree.
there, then
Well, I would actually no. I would put the original cut at mid, and then I put the ultimate at good. Personally,
okay. I mean, I haven't seen it. That's another. I mean, like I've heard that it does make is a way better movie.
yeah, I'm putting it at middle good.
Come on, man.
Okay, Green Lantern. I would honestly. Okay, here's the thing, bro.
Oh, bro.
I rewatch it pretty soon. I would put it just at bottom of mid. Like I wouldn't even say it's like bad.
Mid?
Bad.
You think
It's like
better than
bro.
all those three at the bottom?
Yes, bro. It's on. The thing is, it's unironically funny though. So it's like so bad that it's funny that I enjoy it myself. You know what I'm saying?
You said it's so bad that it's funny. That means it's still bad. That means you just haven't drawn from it being bad.
Ah, dang, you're right. Okay, low key then. Yeah, I'll say Wonder Woman
Come on,
84
man.
was more fun than Lantern.
Fair enough.
These two are just shit, bro. Like, all right.
DC's
Next
had
up.
an interesting time, man. This is a lot of ups and downs. So holy.
Next up. Next
Come
up.
on, man. We know where it's at.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really argue. Maybe you know, it's definitely God,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it deserves that one spot just yet. I mean,
Yeah, maybe it goes like down. No, I'm joking.
no, definitely not.
Yeah, honestly, I think this is a final ranking. I think it's pretty close.
Bro, no way you're putting the Joker.
I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, no, this is a final ranking. I'm pretty satisfied with this. I would say as a whole, the fact that the Nolan movies are the only two in the great is fucking hilarious. But yeah,
We've had a lot of ups and downs, bro. They think they're going in the right direction, bro. Like
oh, I hope they're going in the right direction, bro.
we got
All right.
what Black Adam this year, Aquaman 2.
Black Adam's
Flash.
next, I think. Black Adam's next.
Hopefully that's good.
All right, I'm about to open up the spoiler. The spoiler, like list of stuff to talk about.
We're supposed to be getting a freaking Green Lantern show, bro, on HBO Max.
Yeah, and a Superman show.
Oh yeah, bro, dude, we got a lot of heat, bro.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna start off the spoiler talk discussion But before we do that, man, do you have a rating for the Batman Benches? Because I don't. Even I've recorded my second watch review. I still don't have a rating. Like I would just say like to make it simple, I would just say 5 out of 5 stars. But like I know I've heard a lot of people now, like they go into like heavy decimals, like they go like 0.2s, 0.4s, 0.8s now. Just because like superhero movies are getting so like convoluted with like different types of superhero movies. It's like they go like the middle points. Like if I had to be super nitpicky, I would say it's like a 9.2, just so there's room to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because like I know this isn't the best possible thing. Like I see the vision, but I see something possible that's like even better. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like the Dark Knight, I don't see anything better.
I get
Does that make
okay. I
sense?
kind of feel what you're saying on that. Like,
So like, cause like if I give this a 9.5, right? Then it's like, what am I gonna give the second one a 10 and the third one a 9.7? Like, what's the moves here? Like, how much higher can it get? That's my problem. But
I
what would
mean, for
you
me,
if
it's
you had to get a nitpicky rating, what would you write? What would you say?
like nitpicky. I mean, it'd be like a 9.5, I guess. Like,
Okay.
it's definitely not good. Like,
If I was
mhm.
saying just a regular rating, definitely I'm just rounded up to a 10. I'm just rounding it up. I don't care.
It's not very much wrong. Like, I just feel like I feel almost wrong for like even criticizing it, bro. Like, I just feel like I don't know, bro. Like, just the good outweighs so much the
I
bad.
agree. Yeah. I had let's start with the spoiler review with some of my critiques from actually no, I can't say them because it's my video next time, but I can't go over that. All right. So let's start off the very beginning of the movie, right? First of all, why the hell do they go through the titles so damn fast? Like it was just like Warner Brothers, DC, the Batman. Like I thought there's gonna be a cool. I was actually in one of my older videos. I predicted I was like there's this Reddit post and they're like, how do you guys think the Batman's gonna open up? And I had this like crazy idea. I was like, it starts off like Batman emerging from the shadows. He's voiceovering something because this is like right after we learned about the narration. It's like he's narrating the last night. He comes out from the shadows. On the two sides of him, the two sides of him are gargoyles off of Wayne Tower, and he just looks into the night and then he glides off with his wingsuit. Like that's my imagined opening. I don't know. Like the opening was like really really good, but I don't know. It felt like they didn't set up Batman right away, which I thought they were gonna do for some reason. They set up the villain first, but I don't really mind that. But what do you think of the opening?
I thought it was cool the way it was all set up. Like, seeing like Riddler first and like, yeah, stuff like kind of throws you off. Usually, like super movie, you expect to like the hero first, like the main character,
Yeah,
start off with, like the villain. And that's kind of just an interesting like subversion of the expectations. So like they definitely subverted expectations there. So I mean, I thought it was pretty cool thing that happened. But what was it? They did rob us, bro. Freaking gargoyle shot, not to bring it up. Like,
sorry.
I
What
think we would
you
definitely
wait?
get
Wait,
the
wait you're
gargoyle shot, bro. We did not get that in the movie.
hold on. You're lagging. You're lagging. I can't hear
Um,
you.
I
You like
said you
froze.
they did rob us. Hello,
Yeah, what's up? You're still lagging a little bit,
hello.
but if you want to leave and join really quick, leave and rejoin. Hold on one sec, guys. All right, let me. All right, yeah, he had to go for a sec. We're gonna get him back in here though. He should be joining back any second, so I apologize for that, but
one in like a Sherlock Holmes or what's that one with Daniel Craig where he solves a mystery? I thought it'd be like that. Knives Out. I thought it'd be like Knives Out, maybe. You know? Like Sherlock, the BBC series, you know? Detective story. I think they also did a bad job at that. You know what I mean? Old man take? Maybe. Maybe I'm just an old fucking man. Fabian, thinking about it. But even if it...
Dude, I just saw Ludwig's take on the Batman. Dude, bro is tripping. My goodness. All right. I'm going to wait for Bradley to join back in, but in the meantime... Jeez. This GIF of the Batman just got released. It's so sexy. Dude. This shot was so good in the movie. I absolutely loved it. Boom. Yeah, that entire sequence, like the ending sequence, we'll talk about that, of course. But yeah, the ending sequence is so good. All right, Bailey's back. Let me add him in really quick. All right, can you hear me?
Hello? Yeah.
All right, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You know,
All
so
right,
I was
what were you
thinking about
saying?
a good point about the gargoyle shot, bro. Like, we didn't get that, man. We were robbed.
Dude.
Robbed is hard.
Dude, even that comic art, bro, that comic art of Batman 121. Dude, the one where he's like standing on the edge of the building and he has the two gargoyles next to him, dude. It's so sick. I needed that. I was begging for it since the beginning, but there's so much fan art on like there's one where it was like Batman, and then like a cat, like Catwoman, and then like and then the Riddler, and it's kind of like stacked up like gargoyles would be. And then there was one person that basically replaced it, and like there was like graffiti of like Riddler signs and like symbols and all that kind of stuff on the gargoyles that Batman was standing on top of. It was so sick. It reminded me of the shot from Into the Spider-Verse where Peter is like on like the edge of like the lion's head thing, and he like someone like slaps the sticker on it or something. I don't know, reminded me of that, but yeah. So I kind of want to skip past the intro, like not the intro, but like the like killing of the DA because we already talked about that a little bit. But I think for me, the best way to introduce Batman was through like the fear thing, because one thing that I noticed after my second watch was at the end of the movie, I mean, sorry, in the beginning of the movie, right? When we see the dude, the Asian dude that's like saved by Batman from the goons, like the white face painted goons, right? We see him getting saved, and the dude's like, "Oh, don't hurt me, please," right? And at the end of the movie, when he saves the girl from the helicopter, or like when he saves the girl, and she's like, he puts her on a helicopter pad, she like doesn't want to let go of him, like she wants him there. And so that's like one thing I noticed on my second watch is like he kind of let go of that name of vengeance, and like he let go of instilling fear in other people to kind of win. Like he learned that he actually has to become a heroic figure. And I think also you got that from the "I am vengeance" line when the Riddler goon said it at the electoral thingy, like when he got like after he got his like face pummeled in. He said "I'm vengeance," and that close-up shot of Batman's face, dude, just absolutely perfect. But what did you think of that train fight? Because I didn't think it lived up to the same hype that it did in the trailers. Because in the trailers, like with that music, with the Batmobile in the background, like revving up, like it. I don't know. I had a way too high expectations for that fight, I think.
I mean, I think that for like the trailer definitely did its job in terms of like getting people excited. But I mean, I didn't mind the way to start off the movie. I thought it was really good. Like the build up, and of course like the ending with like the line and the guy. Like I thought it set up the mood and tone like really well. And of course like yeah, but personally the fight itself wasn't anything too crazy. But I think overall like as like overall moment, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I think also the buildup of like the acid drop dude, he looks into the distance and he looks in the shadow, he thinks he's there. And then the dudes that are spray painting the city hall, they look into the shadows and they think he's there when he's not really in any of those places. He's actually at the train station. Like the build in the narration where he's like, they think I'm everywhere where I can only be at one place at one time. but it's fear that drives them away. That's just so badass in my opinion. But now we get okay. So
Yeah.
I think next, the next big part of the movie, at least to me, like, is that first detective scene, and there's like callbacks that I realized after. So when they find that carpenter tool, when they like go through Riddler's entire apartment at the end, like right before like that big revelation of like a real change where he like lifts up the carpet and all that kind of stuff, he remembers the mark of the
Yeah.
carpenter tool on the floor at the DA's murder place, right? And so like there's like just small things like that that I really love about the movie, and like just small moments where it's like, okay, it might add 30 seconds to the movie where it's like they like focus on a shot of like the like where the blood left an outline on the floor from the carpenter tool, but at the end of the movie it all comes back to full circle. So like pacing wise, I think the detective scene worked really well, and it set up a lot for the future of the movie. So I was gonna ask you the detective stuff just in general, because I don't want to touch on this too much later, but what do you think of like Gordon and Batman's relationship? Because I thought it was really good. I still prefer like Oldman as a Gordon himself, but in terms of relationship, I prefer this one, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Yeah, no, I feel it. I mean, I thought Jeffrey Wright did a really good job, and I liked the relationship a lot. Like, it really felt like they were like, I don't know. This one felt like a lot more
Friends.
natural. Like they had, like
Yeah.
almost like yeah, like a real like friendship. He would defend him, take out from him. Like, he was like, hey, like you gotta calm down.
Yeah.
Like this is like it's like the conversations were like a lot more like natural. But and I think Jeffrey Wright did a good job as well. And also like I think also it was different seeing like Jeffrey. I think he played like this is like kind of more like naive, like not really naive, but like just kind of like newcomer cop, like really really well. And that kind of contrasts well with like Batman. Like he's very like pure and like kind of innocent. And you like Batman is like the complete opposite. So it's like
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah, I
that
agree.
dynamic was really well. I mean, yeah, and I would prefer this one over like the relationship that they had in the Nolan films. Like that was really good as well. But I do feel like this one just was a lot more natural and like they had better chemistry here.
Relationship wise, I would definitely take this one, but I don't know. Performance wise, I would still take Oldman, I think, especially after watching The Dark Knight again. Like seeing that emotion, like when Dent takes his family and stuff like that, like it's unbeatable. It's unbeatable in my opinion. But performance wise, I'm taking Oldman. Relationship wise, I'm still taking this one because I think it felt like they were more like, I guess, normal, I guess. Like regular, like a regular relationship.
Yeah.
Next thing the next thing I want to mention was like Selena Kyle and Batman's relationship, specifically the introduction. Oh, okay. I got to tell you this. Sorry. I was going to text you this last night. I'm going to just say it on stream, I guess. Story time, by the way. Okay. So basically, when I was watching the Batman last night, the scene where Selena Kyle comes in, right? So it shows her boots and then it goes up to her face. And so there's a couple sitting next to me. And the dude was just munching on his popcorn the entire beginning of the movie. It's like, bro, the movie's barely started. Like, you're already almost done with your popcorn, blah, blah, blah. I didn't actually say that to him, but in my head.
Yeah.
Right when Selena Kyle came on screen, bro started coughing and like choking on his popcorn right next to his girlfriend, bro. Dude, it was so funny. And it was a good like minute and a half where he was just like dying coughing. And like he started like drinking water and he like almost spit his water out. And his girlfriend started like whispering to him. And I was like, bro, screwed. That was so funny.
Oh, no.
I was like, she's like whispering something. She's like, oh, I don't know. She's like, are you okay? Like, are you good? But like, that was hilarious. I was about to leave and call you because I was about to die of laughter. Like, and my mom didn't understand what's happening because I started laughing too, like underneath my breath. I was like,
yeah. Oh, you're muted. You're muted. There you go. Wait. Talk again. It sounds like really like weird. It
hear me
sounds
now?
like really really weird. Yeah. You're good. Yeah. No, now I can't hear you. Now you're muted.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we're back. So, yes, I was like, boy, because dude, that man was dying. It was so funny. And also, I mean, I love the introduction of her as well, like the way like they utilize it with Penguin and stuff. Like that's all great, but that moment was just hilarious. Like it was so much fun to go with like because if you go after like I'm pretty sure it's actually after 9. It might be after 8, but I'm pretty sure it's after 9. But like it's only 18 years or older. It's like it was a bunch of college kids and they were all just like laughing at the stupidest things. It was so
Yeah.
much fun. Like I really had fun. Yeah. But yeah, so I did want to mention too the robbery scene. Like where like she goes into the DA's like office and like okay, first of all, we actually do have to mention Bruce Wayne
Yeah.
spying on her. That was a little weird, you know. It was a little looking at her changing in her apartment.
Oh, when Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Now, I mean, we got
Bruce was kind of deep.
yeah. I was gonna say something. One sec. Can I private chat? Never mind. I'll just tell you later. Okay. But yeah. Um, so I was actually kind of confused when I was rewatching it yesterday, and I was like, why did okay? I'm gonna skip forward a little bit, right? So like when Selena Kyle and Batman are like getting together for the first time, she puts like the contact in her eyes, and then she goes to the 44 below or whatever, and she goes to talk to DA, right?
Yeah.
Dude, sorry, I wasn't confused. Sorry, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, sorry. I love the use of the drugs in this movie. Is what I was gonna say. Like I really love the way they use the drugs, like the acid drops, because no, like I'm dead serious, bro. I'm dead serious. I don't know. I love the way they utilize it because it's not like because like they could have made it super gory and like unnecessarily like dark, right? But they made it like gummies, right? So like you wouldn't expect gummies to have such a dark impact, but
Yeah.
like the way they utilize it, where it's like every corrupt man in Gotham or every single like bad person in Gotham is like at this club, they're buying drops, they're hanging out with all these girls, cheating on their wives. Like the way they characterize all of these like corrupt Gotham, like high level citizens, and in one moment, just with that interaction with the DA, I don't know. I think it works really well. I think it's just a testament to Matt Reeves' storytelling. But what did you think of like the whole DA thing? Because I talked about this a lot in my second watch video, but I love the story with the DA. Like just his sub story alone, like the way they utilize that is just so good to me.
Yeah, no, I thought it was really cool how they have this like underworld and like how it's everyone is corrupt. Like basically, like majority of like these officials and everyone like are at this club that's like super secret and everything. I thought that was just really really cool, and I think that seeing kind of the way they show us that through like the interaction with Batman and Selena, with her going like undercover and stuff like that. Like personally, that's probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie as well. Like they're like just like back and forth, them talking and him saying stuff and like. Yeah, I thought that scene was really cool. Like to me, like the coolest part of the movie was seeing like Batman, like kind of like him, kind of like come out of his shell in a way. Like it was like Sims. That was the coolest part of me seeing like kind of break like this stoic like personality. Like it's almost like with Jim or with Selena, where he's like acting looks like a little different. Like that was like so cool for me to like watch. Like as a viewer, I was like, dang, this is kind of cool seeing him like grow.
Yeah, and it happened like constantly throughout the movie. Like it wasn't just like one big moment. Like it felt like it was natural through the story. Whereas like for a lot of other super movies, it's like one general situation enlightens them or something. But here it's like they have those moments, like obviously like the Hush moment where it's like the whole revelation about his parents, but also just smaller moments like those character interactions. But one thing I did want to mention was the funeral, like just that whole scene, because I haven't gotten your thoughts on that. But I really love the funeral scene. Like, I'm not gonna spoil my video, but it's in top 5 scenes in the entire movie. Like the tension, like whether we're counting from the very beginning, like when he's talking to Bella Real, or if we're talking like the beginning where Batman walks in and the mayor has like the little like, or the DA has like the little like GCPD car in front of him with the camera, and then they start the Riddler thing. Like wherever you start that scene from, whatever you consider the beginning, I'll take it because it's just phenomenal in my opinion. What do you think of that scene? Because I think tension storytelling is just it's a clinic.
That was a great scene. The only thing about the funeral scene, like for me, is like the trailers, bro. Like I wish we didn't see as much of it in the trailers, like the explosion and everything like that. It was like when the guy broke up or something like that. Like we seemed like that part of the trailer, Batman like falling back and everything like that, and like the car. But I mean, that was cool for the trailer. That kind of added like some intrigue. But I think overall that scene was just like it was great tension wise. Like the Riddler in that scene, like the call, like everything was just so perfect about that scene. Like it built tension
I think
really, really well. And
even
like,
though I knew what was gonna
oh,
happen, I still felt so intrigued into it. I think that's what makes it so special. It's like I knew exactly the outcome. We knew the DA was gonna die, but I was still so
yeah,
intrigued. I don't know. I think that's just perfect storytelling. But I'm gonna skip through a little bit because speaking of perfect storytelling, that's a great arc. Speaking of perfect storytelling, Alfred, dude, whenever that explosion happens, I'll be honest, that's my favorite like sequence of storytelling in the entire movie because like remember it's like Alfred like or they find out that the bomb is or like it's sent to Bruce, right? Batman's in the car on the way there. Then we see Alfred opening the package, and then we see Bruce still trying to call Alfred, and the phone is still ringing, and
yeah,
it looks like Alfred is ignoring the phone, like the way they do it. But the maid just hasn't gotten to the phone yet because this is the Alfred thing is technically still in the past. Remember? Because as he's driving there, there's already
yeah,
smoke
yeah,
coming out of the
yeah.
tower. And so just the way everything is played out, where it's like there's still hope for the audience, where it's like Batman will get there, but then we realize it already happened. Like that's just
Yeah, that was
perfect storytelling. Yeah,
that
and I
scene. Like,
realize that.
I thought, like, I mean,
I
really,
thought he
I
was
genuinely, like,
dead.
look, he thought he actually died, bro. I was like, no way, they just cut off Alfred, like, in the movie, like the movie generally, like, I think in other movies, like, I probably would not have like believed, like, oh, they cut off Alfred, like, but this movie like made me believe, like, a part of me, like, I thought like he might actually like be dead, and like,
Also,
I
because it's
was
like
relieved when I
everything was
saw him in the
already so
hospital.
different. Yeah, I was dude, we like gasped. We gasped for
Yeah,
air when we saw him at the hospital, bro. That was crazy. Um, but yeah, there's not too much else that I wanted to mention specifically. Like, I think the car chase, there's not much else to talk about with that because I mean it's just phenomenal. Um, oh, I did want to talk about Carmine Falcone's character because I like barely knew he was in the movie. Like, I thought he was just like barely gonna be in the movie, but he was the freaking rat. Like, he was the main dude that like progressed this detective story. And so, what did you think of Carmine Falcone's character? Because I talked about him a lot in my spoiler review. Um, I think he's a phenomenal character. I'll be honest. Like, I think he's a really great character, especially for how little screen time he had. Like, he's such a great character. And John Turturro just played him so well. What did you think?
I thought he was really, really good. I like how they kind of took like the stuff from like year one and whatever, and like incorporated that into this with him, like the relationship with his like dad, and like how he was a big part of that story, and like with Bruce's dad and stuff like that. I thought he was really cool, and the stuff tying it with like Selena and everything like that. I thought he was really like the centerpiece that you said, like everything going on in the story, which I didn't expect him to be, but he was really like the main like key to everything. And like again, like going back, like that scene where it's like he's telling Bruce like, oh, like your dad like told me to kill off
Yeah.
that reporter, and then like contrasting that with the scene of him talking to Alfred telling him like the truth, like those scenes like back to back, like the same conversation, like different, like the like those parallel scenes. Basically, it was so good. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. I think I just saw this tweet, and I think it lines up to what we're saying about John Turturro and like, or not John Turturro, sorry, Carmine Falcone and like the I guess corruption got them like the renewal fund, like all that revelation, dude. My theater gasped yesterday. Like everyone was like, "Oh shoot!" Like even when they found out that Falcone was Catwoman's dad, like my entire theater
Yeah,
gasped. Like it was so crazy. But I just saw this tweet and it says, found it interesting how the Batman took the why doesn't Batman just donate to charity argument into a plot point and show how that too could be corrupt. So I agree. I don't think it's necessarily like a complete rebellion against the idea of Batman donating, but I do think it makes sense in the storyline where it's like even like the way like Thomas Wayne was trying to do something really good for the city with the renewal fund, but that even got corrupt. So I don't know. I think Carmine Falcone, like I love that they kept him a secret in the marketing. Even though we saw him get arrested. Remember you showed me that shot of him getting arrested, like
yeah,
by Batman. I'm so glad that was out
yeah,
of context. So I'm gonna be honest. I thought that was at the GCPD, bro. When you first showed me that shot,
yeah. I remember, yeah. They were walking
so I'm
together.
so happy. Yeah, I'm so happy I didn't know. Because if I could see the background, if I paid attention to the background, I would have noticed that it's not the GCPD. It's probably at the club. So I'm really glad I didn't pay attention to the background. But I think before we talk about the third act, which is the main thing I want to talk about, and then Joker, and then we'll end it off. Before we talk about those two things, I do want to mention the Arkham Asylum, or not Arkham Asylum, just the Arkham scene not with the Joker one, but I'm talking about where the Riddler basically talks about his plan and expresses to Batman where it's like, you helped me, like you brought Falcone out to light when I couldn't, all that kind of stuff. The fuck, dude, the acting clinic put on by Robert Pattinson and Paul Dano, bro. Just this back and forth of. Also, hold on, let me show you this TikTok. I actually saved it and I wanted to play it on stream. I found it hilarious. It's so funny.
Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Let Dano like flex the acting chops, bro. Like, because before we'd seen like little glimpses here and there, but like that scene, like that was like his moment. And he really was able to show off what he was capable of.
Yeah, I also think since that was the first like in-person interaction between the Batman and Riddler, and the Batman still couldn't get his hands on the Riddler, like that made it even better for me. But
yeah, that's the only interaction.
Yeah, only in-person interaction. Yeah. What was the first? Yeah, you're right.
Well, I guess like the phone call.
Oh, you can't read it. Dang it. Okay.
Yeah, you see the text.
Okay, so it says the Riddler after the Riddler after he tells Batman his plan. Dude, that was so funny,
crazy.
bro.
And one thing I like about the Riddler too is how like they mixed in like the modern elements like social media and stuff like that, but it didn't come off like cringy or like corny.
Cheesy.
Like, it made sense. Like and it was kind of like comedic too. It was like him like live streaming, like talking about like murdering people and like comments in the chat. Like that stuff was like genuinely like, actually like funny. I think that's
dude. I saw this. So I saw this thing. You know Darth Motto, right, on TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to his exact TikTok so I can see exactly what he said. But he said something about the comedy in the Batman, and I really agreed with him. And he even said like it's not to slander the MCU or anything like that. I mean, I still think it's MCU slander slightly
because it's just interaction based. It's not like it's not set up jokes. It's just situations that are just funny, like interactions that are just funny and stuff like that. Like there isn't very many like this is obviously like meant to be a joke. Like I feel like MCU like they kind of have like in a weird way like a lot of times it's kind of like almost like laugh track humor in a way, where it's like this is a joke, like laugh at this moment, like it's funny, laugh.
I will say one of the things that I didn't like about the comedy was the one thing that I felt was kind of forced was the "you got a lot of cats" joke. But even then, I didn't complain about it because it was good. Like it was still funny. But like that was the only one that felt less natural. But okay, so this is the TikTok. The Batman showed how easy it is to do comedy without it negatively affecting the movie. Not really a spoiler, but the Penguin is hilarious. And so was the lines like, actually, I assaulted 3, or what, he wears gloves. There's no unbearably bad jokes stuffed in places where it doesn't fit. In the comments, he said, this isn't a grr MCU bad post, by the way. I still obviously love the MCU. No reason to pretend it's bad just because they have bad jokes sometimes.
Yeah.
I was thinking the Spanish jokes were hilarious. It's so funny. The Penguins, too, especially, it's like the Riddler no hablo español. Like, it was so good.
Call him bro, man. He's special, man.
Dude. I'll send you the link to the Entertainment Weekly interview. The way that Matt Reeves talks about, like, specifically making the makeup so that, like, hints of Colin Farrell still shine through. Like, it's so sick what they did. But I do want to get to now the third act, because after rewatching it, I still think it's like the second best act in the movie. I think that it goes second, third, first, and third and first are tied for me. But I don't know, dude. The third act still is just so good to me. And even like, I will say my biggest problem with the third act was how it wrapped up at first, because I thought it was too fast. But after rewatching it, I still felt like it was fast, but I felt like it was necessary, because the third act itself felt short in general because of the buildup. And I felt like I like to talk about this movie in terms of momentum that it builds up, because that's how a detective story should work, in my opinion, where it's like you buy the ingredients in the first act, you mix the ingredients in the second act, and then the final the cake is baked at the end. But it takes you a longer time to find the ingredients and bake and mix everything than it does to actually eat the cake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, to consume the cake itself is the fastest part of the process. That's kind of like the connection I'm making, because I've seen like the cooking it up till the third act thing, but it's like for me, it's like I want to consume what's been built up. Like, obviously, I want it to last as long as possible. I could have watched a 7-hour cut of this movie, but in terms of pacing, like I thought it was perfect the way it was paced at the end. But what did you think of the ending?
I thought the pacing's pretty good. I mean, like the third act is my biggest issue I have with the movie. But the more I thought about it, it has like grown me a little bit. Especially like the biggest thing I have was like just kind of the way it wrapped up with him like fighting just like goons. When I really thought about it though, like, it kind of did make sense because like a big part of the movie is how like the Riddler like used like the internet and social media and whatever like that, and for him to like have these kind of loyal followers that like literally will kill for him. Like, I mean, I think they kind of did make sense why Batman would fight these people at the end of the movie. So that part did kind of grow me a little bit, like the more I thought about it. But overall, yeah, the third act it was really solid. Of course, like that flare shot from the people, like
Phenomenal.
That's so good. It was just, that third act was really amazing. Yeah, and it had a lot of moments that kind of brought everything like full circle, as you said, like really wrapped up the arc well. One thing I will say though, while I do, and I think we're talking about this next, but like I do really like the Joker scene. I do think it does feel a little out of place in the third act. Like I don't know, it just felt a little awkward. Like when it's like the way it's sequenced in there, like where's that?
I would kind of agree with you. I would have agreed with you after the first watch, but after last night's watch and then also reading this Matt Reeves interview, which we're about to go over, which I want to share with you. After reading that and understanding it a little more and watching it again, I think it's actually perfect. But do you want to move on to the Joker thing now? Because I have an article I want to share.
Like, I like the scene itself. This is more so just where like it just feels awkward, like placement wise. But I like the scene itself is good. But yeah, we can move on.
All right, so I'm gonna read this out. Oh wait, actually, before I share that, okay. So first, I do have to say, what did you think of what we got from the Joker? That's the first thing I wanted to ask you, because we're gonna talk about the the deleted scene, right? That Matt Reeves talked about.
You said what? You don't know what?
The the deleted scene that Matt Reeves talked about, right, with the Joker.
I mean, I know like bits and pieces. Like, what was the deleted scene again, though? Like, what got cut?
No, I'm not gonna tell you. I'll tell you the scene itself, but like that there was a deleted scene. Okay. So basically, I'm just gonna pull it up right here. So basically, Matt Reeves said, okay, so Matt Reeves revealed that Keegan's early days version of the Joker will not be the Joker of Batman 2. He confirmed that. And so he said that what's interesting is the reason that the Joker's in the movie is there was actually another scene that was earlier, and because the movie's not an origin tale for Batman, but it's his early days, it really is an origin tale for the Rogues Gallery as well. And for me, I think it's this idea that the Joker is not yet the Joker, but they already have a relationship. And so we already know, Brantley, the stuff that we got earlier today about like the disease of how he has a smile and how they've already interacted before and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But now this is like the deleted scene. So it says in the deleted scene planned for home release. So, okay, here's the thing, bro. This is why I'm really frustrated with this, okay? I'm very mad with this piece of information. They're going to show the Joker's design at home release, though. Like, they're going to show off.
That's what they're going to do?
Yeah, so basically, it's a scene. So this is Matt Reeves describing the scene, right? In the deleted scene,
so this scene's gonna be on HBO Max?
Yeah, later.
Oh dang.
Yeah. Which I'm not surprised. I mean, deleted scenes are always like, even like Disney Plus has that. But so this is what Matt Reeves said, right? It's a scene where Batman is so unnerved because the Riddler is writing to him, and he's like, "Well, why is this guy writing to me?" And he figures he's got to profile this killer. Says Reeves said he goes to see another killer that he's clearly had an experience with in these first 2 years, and the killer in this story is not yet a character that we've come to know, right? So everybody's in their infancy. So in the comics, these characters often declare their alter egos in response to the fact that there's a Batman out there, and so here we have a Joker who's not yet the Joker. And then he says, in the scene that you'll see in the future, you'll see that we actually worked on what he looked like. And he's held in this very suspenseful way, away from you visually. But I wanted to create an iteration of him that felt distinctive and new, but went right back to the roots, Reeves explained. He's very much out of the Conrad Viet, I don't know what that means, mold, and that idea of a silent film in The Man Who Laughs. Okay, maybe I was actually wrong. Okay, I don't know if they're actually going to show him then, because from what I just read, Matt Reeves said he's still held in suspense. But from what I described the scene, basically, Batman goes to Joker to profile the Riddler. And that's the but they were still gonna keep him a secret. You know what I'm saying? Like they're only gonna hear his voice.
Yeah.
But they were still gonna have the scene at the very end. You know what I'm saying? So like it wasn't gonna be one or the other. It was supposed to be both scenes. But I'm 99% sure. Remember the early screeners, right? Like the test screenings. Everyone was like, oh, like the big thing that Warner Bros. Wanted to like stray away from was too much fun, like next movie setup, right? And so my guess is that this scene focused too much on the Joker and not enough on the Riddler, even though he's going there for the Riddler. Like Joker and Batman being the only two in that scene, I would say that would feel like sequel bait to me. Like it would feel like sequel setup.
But also, you're saying he's not going to use him in the sequel, then it's like it's not really a sequel bait.
I mean, no, he's gonna be in the sequel though. Like he's not the main villain,
but he's not gonna be like the main antagonist.
Yeah, but it's still like setting up for future movies, and that was the main thing that Warner Bros. Didn't want to do.
I mean, you can see it that way, and I think I wouldn't be mad for seeing it that way. But also, I think it just is a good way also to that like natural world building at the same time too, though. Like kind of expanding it a bit more, just like one scene him going to like this prisoner that he still implies that he's did a lot of stuff in in only 2 years. He's made like kind of these connections and like relationships in a sense. So going to like this prisoner that he previously captured, talk about his current case. Like I thought that could have been cool world building.
I don't know. I really like the ending thing. And the main reason, let me stop sharing my screen. The main reason I say that I still prefer the ending one is because I felt like we got more characterization on the Joker himself, if that makes sense. Because like, number one, we kind of got to understand that number one, he has sympathy for the Riddler, right? Or sympathy, because we know the Joker just manipulates people anyway. And we also I felt like we got to get a feeling of like, I'm not gonna say we got a feeling of the relationship between Joker and Batman, which obviously we didn't. I feel like we definitely would have gotten that with the deleted scene. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll definitely get more of a because like the way that dialogue is portrayed between two characters. Also, I would have loved to see Barry Keoghan and Robert Pattinson in the same scene. Like the acting in that would be phenomenal. And like the Batman basically interrogating Joker to find out more. Like that would be so cool. But I don't know. I'm glad they cut that scene though. But I'm also not glad that they're releasing it at home. Because I wish I got to. I would rather have seen it in the theater.
I mean, it's kind of nice to have something like to look forward to afterwards, though. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically for this movie. I did skip over a lot because we spent a little. I wasn't really planning to do the DC tier list until like 20 minutes before the stream when I thought of the idea because I thought that was really fun. But yeah, that's basically for the spoiler discussion. If you guys want like a full breakdown of like every single basically scene and shot in this movie where I like talk about cinematography of everything that happens, you can check out my spoiler review, which is linked in the description down below. I have a way more Batman videos coming out this week. Got 2 Batman videos tomorrow, 1 Batman video Monday, and yeah, there's a lot of Batman content coming. That's it for this stream, guys. We will. Bradley, you have anything else you want to say?
Oh man, just if you haven't seen this movie, which I mean, I don't think you'll be on the stream if you haven't seen it. But
no, yeah, no, you would be dead. You'd be done.
Go watch it. Even
go
if
watch
you step through the spoiler, it doesn't matter. Like, it's still a next level experience. Just go see it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely check this movie out if you haven't already. For some reason, if you haven't checked it out, or actually, if you've seen it, go watch it again. Do that because it's a great watch second time around as well. But yeah, that's it for this live stream. We will see you guys next time.